Why victims of narcissistic abuse don't want to be invited to make love. Hey there, welcome back to the Narcissist Exposed channel, where we dive deep into topics that touch our lives in profound ways. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. Today, we're tackling a subject that's both delicate and important. Why victims of narcissistic abuse often shy away from intimate relationships, especially when it comes to making love. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Narcissistic abuse is a term that encapsulates a range of behaviors exhibited by those with narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, or simply narcissistic traits. It often involves manipulation, emotional neglect, and psychological control, which can deeply impact the victims. When it comes to intimate relationships, especially the idea of making love, victims of narcissistic abuse frequently experience profound hesitation or outright avoidance. To understand why this is, we need to delve into the psychological and emotional landscape of those affected by this type of abuse. At its core, narcissistic abuse is about control and manipulation. Narcissists often seek to undermine their partner's sense of self-worth and independence to keep them reliant on the narcissist for validation and approval. This constant manipulation erodes the victim's self-esteem and distorts their sense of reality, leaving them in a perpetual state of doubt and confusion. For many victims, the experience of making love is deeply intertwined with their sense of self-worth. It is not just a physical act, but an expression of trust, vulnerability, and connection. However, for those who have endured narcissistic abuse, these concepts are often tainted by their past experiences. Here are several reasons why they might hesitate or resist the idea of engaging in intimate relationships. 1. Loss of trust. Trust is a fundamental component of any healthy relationship, and it is often one of the first casualties of narcissistic abuse. Victims have been conditioned to question their reality and doubt their perceptions. When trust is shattered, it becomes incredibly difficult to let someone in emotionally and physically. Victims may fear that any new relationship will end in the same patterns of manipulation and control they experienced in the past. 2. Fear of vulnerability. Intimacy requires vulnerability, which can feel incredibly risky for someone who has been hurt before. The fear of being exposed, rejected, or manipulated can be overwhelming. Victims of narcissistic abuse have often had their vulnerabilities exploited by their abusers, leading them to build emotional walls as a form of self-protection. Making love, which necessitates a lowering of these defenses, can feel like stepping into a danger zone. 3. Emotional numbness. Many victims experience emotional numbness as a coping mechanism to deal with the abuse they have suffered. This numbness can extend to all areas of their lives, including their sexuality. They may feel disconnected from their own desires and needs, making it challenging to engage in intimate acts that require emotional presence and responsiveness. 4. Body image issues. Narcissists often employ tactics like body shaming and criticism to undermine their victims' self-esteem. This can leave victims with a distorted self-image, making them uncomfortable with their bodies and hesitant to be seen intimately. The fear of judgment and criticism can be paralyzing, preventing them from fully engaging in physical relationships. 5. Associating intimacy with control. For many victims, intimacy was used as a tool of control and manipulation by their abusers. They may associate making love with power dynamics rather than mutual respect and affection. This association can lead to a fear of losing control or autonomy, causing them to shy away from intimate situations. 6. Hypervigilance. After experiencing abuse, victims often become hypervigilant, constantly on alert for signs of danger or manipulation. This state of heightened awareness can make it difficult for them to relax and enjoy intimate moments, as they are preoccupied with analyzing every gesture and word for potential threats. 7. Fear of repeating past mistakes. Many victims carry the fear of entering another abusive relationship. They may worry that they are somehow attracting narcissistic partners or that they are doomed to repeat past patterns. This fear can manifest as an avoidance of relationships altogether, as they attempt to protect themselves from further harm. 8. Complex PTSD. Victims of prolonged narcissistic abuse may develop complex post-traumatic stress disorder, CPTSD, a condition that affects their emotional regulation, relationships, and self-perception. Symptoms of CPTSD, such as flashbacks, emotional numbness, and difficulty trusting others, can significantly hinder their ability to form intimate connections. 9. Self-worth and identity issues. Narcissistic abuse often leaves victims questioning their worth and identity. They may struggle to see themselves as deserving of love and affection, leading to self-sabotaging behaviors and avoidance of relationships. This internalized belief can be a significant barrier to intimacy, as they doubt their value as partners. Understanding these barriers is crucial for both the victims and those who care about them. Healing from narcissistic abuse is a journey that requires time, patience, and support. It involves rebuilding one's sense of self, learning to trust again, and developing healthy coping mechanisms to deal with the lingering effects of the abuse. For those in relationships with survivors of narcissistic abuse, empathy and understanding are vital. Creating a safe, supportive environment where the survivor feels valued and respected can help them begin to heal and explore intimacy in a healthy way. Open communication, patience, and reassurance can go a long way in helping them rebuild their confidence and trust. It's also important for survivors to seek professional help, such as therapy or support groups, to process their experiences and learn strategies for healing. Therapy can provide a safe space to explore emotions, develop self-awareness, and build resilience. Support groups offer a sense of community and understanding, allowing survivors to connect with others who have been through similar experiences. Reclaiming one's sense of self and sexuality after narcissistic abuse is not an easy task, but it is possible. It requires courage, self-compassion, and a commitment to personal growth. As survivors begin to heal, they can learn to redefine intimacy on their terms, free from the shadows of past abuse. Thank you so much for tuning in today and being a part of this important conversation. Remember, healing is a journey, and every step forward is a victory. If you or someone you know is struggling with the effects of narcissistic abuse, know that help and support are available. Don't hesitate to reach out for assistance. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe for more content like this. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.